Today's lecture is about the organization of financial management function, which is sometimes also called as finance function in the organization. Here we need to understand that the responsibility of financial management is spread through the organization. Okay, that is, it is the integral part of the job of the managers who are involved in the planning about the resources, allocation of the resources, and for the same. Okay, so like for instance, the production manager, he's responsible for shaping the investment policy, that is proposal related to new plans. Likewise, marketing manager, he or the analyst provides the inputs for the forecasting and planning. The purchase manager, similarly, inventory managers influences the investment in inventories. So, if we say financial management, it is highly specialized in nature and is handled by specialists, that is the finance people. Okay, so further financial decisions, they are crucial, of crucial importance, and hence uh, it is essential to set up an efficient organization for financial management functions in the organization. Okay. Talking further, as we all understand that finance is a major or critical function area, and it has the ultimate responsibility for carrying out financial management function, and the carrying out the responsibility of financial management function, it lies with the top management, that is the board of directors. Okay, you can see in this slide the ultimate responsibility to carry out financial management functions lies with the top management, that is board of directors, or sometimes you will see it as managing director, or the chief executive officer of the board, who is responsible for managing the finance function. However, the exact nature of the organization of financial management, it differs from firms to firms. It cannot be common in all the firms because there are many factors like size of the firm, nature of the business, types of financing operations, then ability of financial officers, the philosophy related to finance followed, and many other things which makes one organization different from the other. And hence the organization, the structure which we are talking here cannot be replicated or cannot be same for all the organization. And one should also understand here that the designation of CEO, chief executive of the finance department, it also differs widely in case of different firms. Like in some cases they are known as finance managers, while in others they are known as vice president of finance. You can see here vice president, and somewhere you will find that the designation changes to director finance or financial controller or whatever. So the person who is responsible for the finance function, he reports directly to the top management, and there are various sections within the financial management area that are headed by uh, such managers. Like you can see that vice president of finance or director of finance or head of the finance, uh, he takes care of functions such as of treasurer and of controller. Okay, and one more thing it has to be understood here is that the job of financial executive does not cover only the routine aspects of finance and accounting, because as a member of top management is closely associated with the formulation of policies as well as decision making. And under him, controller and treasurers, although they may be known by different designations in different firms, but the task of the financial management in the allied areas are distributed between these two key financial officers. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll study in detail about uh, the tasks taken care by the treasurer and the task taken care by the controller of the function. So let us start with what is the meaning of controller and what is the meaning of treasurer. Okay, so first we should understand that this word controller or this word treasurer, they are not much popular in India, but in fact they are used in USA, and they started with USA, hence these patterns, they are not much popular in Indian corporate sector. Okay, practically if you understand the controller, uh, financial controller in India, they are carried, the tasks are carried out by chief accountant finance officer of the organization. So finance controller, who has been a person of executive rank, does not control the finance, but what he does it, he monitors whether funds raised are properly utilized or not. And talking about the treasurer, the treasurer's function includes all these like capital budgeting, cash management, disbursement, and all whatever you see. These are the functions of treasurer, and these are the functions of controller. Okay, so in layman's term, or in general, if we understand that the controller function, they concentrate on the asset side of the balance sheet, and the treasurer functions, they concentrate on the liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, okay, then we'll discuss further the the responsibilities or the of the responsibilities carried out by each of these heads, that is the controller part and the treasurer part. Okay, so starting with the controller is responsible for cost accounting. Any details related to entries of cost aspects, they are taken care by controller. Then the cost management part means checking which cost is going up, which cost is going down, and whether the costs are appropriate or not. Cost relate to material, labor, cost as well. So it should be understood that it is not the single cost which is taken care, but there are multiple costs which are taken care. And then comes the data processing part. The data processing part includes uh, the analysis of the data, which is available to controller. It may be cost related data or it may be general data. The data processing part is department, or the part comes under the purview of controller. Then general ledger maintenance is also done in this department. Then comes the government reporting part. The government reporting part includes different submission of different reports which are required by the government time to time, and this government reporting part uh, is taken care by the controller department. Then comes the internal control, taking care of the internal control. The internal control includes the control related to the cost aspects and the utilization of funds. If they are not properly utilized, the controller takes care of that. Then preparation of different financial statements, budget, preparation of forecast. This part is done by the controller. It comes under the purview of controller. And again, coming to the treasurer part, if we see, it is basically related to decision making part. And like capital budgeting decisions are those decisions which are taken for longer duration, and uh, they involve high risk, and the investments that are done today and the returns we get in future. So all long term capital investment decisions, day cash management decisions, they also come under the purview of treasurer. Then credit management, that is related to the receivables management part. Receivables management means whether or not receivables management include decisions like whether or not to extend uh, credit to some of the people and on what criteria you need to decide the terms and conditions. So the credit management part also comes here. Then is the dividend disbursement part. Before dividend disbursement, we should talk here about the dividend decisions, policy, and then decisions like policy if you wish to give dividend or not, and then the policy how much dividend are to be paid, or in what form they are to be paid. They it is taken care by the treasurer part only. Financial planning and analysis is just one moment. Dividend disbursement also includes actually disbursing the dividend. That is, the task is involved till the time the dividend actually gets credited into the account of the shareholders. And it also includes the planning and financial analysis part. What it includes is planning for the finances, and planning for the finances, the decision is based on the cash flow and fund flow statements, then the budget prepared by the controller. They helps in financial planning and analysis part. Here analysis is done, like one of the criteria of doing financial analysis is calculation of different kinds of ratios and seeing whether the planned out things are going on properly or not. Okay, then comes the pension management part. Typically, in organization, pension management is done in private organization. Pension part is actually pension part is actually not much into picture these days, but still pension management in case any is taken care by this organization. And then insurance, any kind of insurance, it may be related to individual insurance or the asset insurance, and taking care of the risk of the organization, that is the risk management function. That is also the task of treasurer. And then comes the tax planning and analysis. Whatever tax liabilities that may arise to the organization because of the earnings and investments, they are taken care by treasurer department. There's another way of representing this. You can see like you can present it in this way or this way. The either way we see the functions remains the same. There are certain functions which may be included and which may not be included in any of the representation, but ultimately what we see is that it is not the representation, it is actually the understanding of the task which should be there. And there is another like finance function, there may be another classification of the finance function, and it may be based on the long term financing requirement, medium term financing requirement, and short term financing requirement. Okay, so like finance function, it is responsible for long term finances, and long term finances means sources of long term finances for the organization, like it may be owner's capital, owner's own capital, share capital, long term loans, debentures, internal funds, like that. And similarly, the decisions can be regarding medium term finances that ranges between 1 to 3 years, and they may include sources like bank loans and loans from other financial institutions. Then there may be short term financing decisions, like how short term funds may be acquired from through overdrafts or by commercial papers, or by trade credit, and like that. Okay, so ultimately it is like regardless of the size of the organization, regardless of everything else, uh, a finance function should be based on the decisions based on key principles. Okay, and those key principles uh, are these forms the base or the standards for the organization. Okay, so what we understand is organize there is no best fit model we can say for the organization uh, of the finance function. Certain organization may have all these functions to be taken, while the other, like smaller organization, they may not have all these functions to be taken care. So ultimately the best model, it depends, it varies from people to people, not from people to people, actually from organization to organization, and organization have to decide it wisely, like which activities are to be taken care by which department. So you cannot apply on one fit approach to all, like one model, uh, it cannot be applied to all. One model cannot be applied to all other organization. Like suppose one model is being followed in FMCG industry, it cannot be utilized in the other manufacturing, like cement manufacturing industry. Okay, so one has to see strategically, like uh, which model fits best to it, and which model fulfills the need. So this is all about the organization of financial function.